Episode 5 of a max-level player's 100th regression 5. Angelic attention wall. It's amazing. What is that person? You fight incredibly well, Black Scythe. The nickname was clever. People who had opened their mouths while looking at humans soon looked away with nervous eyes. The situation was too urgent to just admire. Before they knew it, goblins were approaching them. You can do it. Even in games, goblins are crap, right? This isn't reality anyway. It's a well-made virtual reality game. That person is killing dozens of animals by himself, right? If you actually deal with it, it won't be a big deal. Did he gain confidence after seeing humans massacre? Before we knew it, the fear had disappeared from people's eyes. But even for a moment, puff puff puff, oh, it hurts. As the daggers were stabbed by the swarming goblins, menacing screams erupted from the people's mouths. Stop it, it really hurts. Hey you monsters, ugh, my arm. My arm. People who looked at him lightly, thinking he was no different from a child, cried out like a child. Save me. Save people, save people. Hey, this isn't reality. It's not reality, gagging. A person who faints after being hit by a stick. A person who collapses in his seat after being stabbed with a dagger. A person who is pushed and falls while running away. A person crouching after being stepped on here and there. Goblins, etc., who only select those people and stab them. In a situation where there was no father figure, no one thought it was a game anymore. To be honest, I didn't even have the spirit to do that. There is only one thought on people's minds. Survival. The survival instinct to survive at all costs dominated my mind. Is that why? Die, you monsters. There were many people running away, but there were also many people fighting. When the goblins came right in front of them, they had no choice but to choose to fight. Puck puck, kihik. I was able to stun the goblin by swinging my fist with all my might. But that's it. Killing was another matter. There was no way modern humans, who had never killed even a small animal, could break a goblin's neck. Deep. While instead, he gets stabbed with a knife and falls to the floor helplessly. What after that? Sigh. I was helpless as I was surrounded by goblins who rushed at me like hyenas. Kill ho. That's interesting. The fight between humans and goblins. The angel looking down from the sky smiled and smiled. To the angel, this fight was like watching a dog and cat fight. It is nothing more than simple entertainment. No matter how childish the opponent is, if dozens of people are rushing at you, you won't have the courage to withstand it, especially if you are holding a dagger. But why? There was one person who held on even when dozens of birds rushed at him. He was a human who slaughtered goblins from the beginning. What is that human? Black Scythe. Angel Brielle looked down at the human with curious eyes. I don't know the name. Even she and Angel cannot see the player's status window. The system regulations are like that. Of course, I don't know what runes were engraved. It's a really shit system. You can see quest progress, but you can't see player information. Brielle's eyebrows wrinkled again. They say they do it because they are told to do it from above, but it is something that a guide cannot do. It doesn't suit my aptitude. But even for a moment, when I saw the scene of Abigail 1, the corners of my mouth slowly turned up. It hurts my pride for a noble being like me to have to act as a guide for lowly humans. The intense and brutal scene suited Brielle's tastes perfectly. To be honest, I didn't expect it. Just a little while ago, I was complaining about how fun it would be to fight between humans and goblins. Yo-ho-ho. But it's more fun to watch than I thought, right? People struggling with faces full of despair. Screams of pain, blood clots, etc. Even though a considerable amount of time had passed, the smile that did not leave Brielle's face as she watched. Yes, kill it. Let's fight against each other, lowly insects. Giggling, Brielle, who was leisurely appreciating the scene as if looking at a house on fire, moved to one place. Unlike before, where it was stained with red blood, the area she was looking at was full of green blood. Among them was a player with the nickname Black Scythe. What on earth is that person? He's still alive, right? When I first went out and killed the goblins, I thought I was quite skilled. I thought I had acquired some good runes that would be helpful in battle. But that's it. He looked away again as if he was not interested. Anyway, I will run out of stamina and eventually die like other humans, but as if to mock expectations, humans are still alive. Just alive. They were running rampant like mad dogs, slaughtering goblins. It's already the 70th. The other humans can't even get past 20. Brio, who was looking at the quest status, stuck her tongue out. It was truly a feat to kill that many people single-handedly. Considering it's the first time. This is my first time in a situation like this. How can I not panic? Like a human being who has experienced this many times. The movements without any hesitation, and the cool-headed handling of the sword made even the goblins hesitate. Is the job on Earth a killer? I'm not sure, but things are going more interestingly than I thought. The corners of Briel's mouth curled up happily. Asterisk, 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 squeak, keek. The goblin, who had lost both eyes, collapsed and collapsed. Rumen leaped forward without delay and plunged his dagger into the fallen goblin's neck. Deep, the goblin has been defeated. Experience plus 4%, gold plus 10. Your level has risen. Quest progress. 75 100 goblins, 25 goblins remaining. Until quest completion the level went up, but I immediately rolled over, ignoring the message. Cack, a dagger gets stuck where Rumen was. I woke up without even having time to feel dizzy. Deep, Kaiwa. After stabbing the goblin in the chest, he turns around and aims at another goblin, a series of non-stop movements. You can't let down your guard even for a moment. Ryman's eyes quickly scanned the battlefield. Key, the goblins are stepping back with scared faces. All goblins that came close were dead. However, I don't let down my guard. I could take a moment to catch my breath. Yumin regained his composure and opened the status window. The level has already risen to level 4. Ryman's fingers quickly touched the stats. For the time being, I'm going all in on agility. When you level up, you are given to stat points. Rumen invested all of his time in agility while reaching level 4. As a result, his agility increased from 3 to 9. There is nothing more important than agility. Among strength, intelligence, agility, and luck, what was needed right away was agility. When you increase agility, not only your evasion rate but also your attack speed and movement speed increase. Rumen's head turned towards the allies. About 30 meters away, goblins and people were tangled together. Truly chaos. Save me, y'all. Die, please die, you monsters. Red blood and green blood were mixing together to create a mess. The temperature difference is extreme with Rumen, who is stacking up a mountain of corpses by himself. It has to be that way. It's probably their first time dealing with goblins. No matter how grown up you are, it is not easy to kill a goblin. It will be scary and scary. If you try to fight, your body will stiffen and not move. I understand. He himself was busy running away during the first round. But this isn't something that can be solved by running away. It was after I died twice that I realized that fact. Running away may buy time, but the situation will not change. Because the angel unleashes the goblins and makes them fight somehow. Plus this meadow. It looks spacious at first glance, but there are invisible barriers on all sides. Even if you manage to avoid the angel's eyes, you are still a rat in a poison. The only way to escape this hellish situation is to complete the quest. However, even if the quest is successful, only half of the people can return. It's a system that only sends those who achieve it on a first-come, first-served basis. So if you stay still, you'll actually lose money. It is better to kill even one animal quickly than to run away. It won't be easy to kill 100 goblins by yourself, but it's not that difficult, because there are a lot of people. It means it's better to spread attention. To put it in a good way, it means diverting attention, and in a bad way, it means that there are many people who will act as meat shields. People are probably feeling it too. If we cooperate, it's still worth it. Of course, cooperation does not increase the kill count. Only those who contribute greatly to killing goblins will receive a higher kill count. Still, it's better if you get a blank piece of paper. That's not the only advantage humans have. A goblin's height is less than half that of an adult. It's smaller than the middle school student who was brought here. Humans are bound to have an advantage in terms of reach. Although unlike goblins who carry clubs or daggers, there are no weapons given to humans. Ryman's gaze turned to the floor. If you have a weapon, it's a different story. Nowadays, weapons are so widespread that you can even step over them. These were the things the goblins were holding before they died. But it would be impossible to fight like me. There was something in common between Ryuman and other people. The basic stat is the same as 3. It doesn't matter whether you have a muscular body or a skinny body. Regardless of body, all humans start with the same stats and under the same conditions. In other words, it meant that other people could move like Ryuman. It won't be easy. Unless you master it with dozens of experiences. Unless you are a killer from a movie, it would be difficult to slaughter someone like Ryuman. Moreover, now I have increased my agility, so I am more agile than before. If we do this, we'll have attracted the angel's attention. So shall we finish this soon? As Ryuman moved, the nearby goblins noticed and began to avoid him. I immediately picked up a dagger from the floor. The dagger thrown without any particular aim hits the goblin right between the eyes. Keek! The goblins are shocked at the sight of their fallen comrade. Aren't you going to come in? As Ryuman approached, the goblins hesitated and retreated. When I pick up the dagger again and throw it, another one falls out. If you don't come, they'll go. Ryuman momentarily closed the distance and did a sword dance. Green blood is embroidered everywhere. The goblin has been defeated. Experience plus 4%, gold plus 10. Your level has risen. Quest progress. 100 goblins. Round 1 quest accomplished. The moment you catch 100 animals and complete the quest, a translucent pillar of light appeared around Ryuman. It was a type of shield that isolates the monster from monsters as soon as the quest is completed. I passed the first round easily. Having a protective shield means that you are in the half category. If you do not pass on a first-come, first-served basis, it will be immediately lost. The reason I hunted goblins like crazy was to get the angel's attention, but Ryuman's eyes immediately turned to the message that came to mind. Congratulations, you have completed the quest as first place in the area. Congratulations, you have completed the quest as first place in the entire district. Your nickname will be listed in the rankings. There are things you can do quickly to become first. The faster you complete the quests in each round, the better. Because rewards are paid differently depending on rank. Rewards are given for each district and for all districts up to third place. Among them, the first place in the entire region can definitely receive more advantageous rewards than others. It means that you achieved the quest in first place among 1.8 billion players. After a while, a message appeared before Ryuman's eyes. It was a message about compensation.